folks, Rick here again. Hey, I'm headed over to the shop. My wife's cousin gave us a washer and dryer, and we're going to probably put it in one of our houses. But the dryer needs a control board. So I found a guy on eBay and offered him less than what he was asking for it, and so he sold it to me. So I got that control board and it got shipped to me, so we're headed over here and I'm gonna install that board into that dryer so we can get it ready to move over to that house. And also, while I'm over here, I've got a client that I'm doing a bathroom remodel for, and I've got their trim all over here. I've got to get that scuffed up and get some oil-based primer on it so I can get it painted. It's currently stained and they'd like it to be painted. So anyway, so I thought I'd just kind of do some random videos today. Just another work day here on this Labor Day weekend 2018. So anyway, more later. Okay, we're here at the shop, and as I said, you know, it's Labor Day weekend, so we got lots of labor to do. But got some projects here. One of them is these old light fixtures. Got them rewired, got the sconces off, we've scuffed them up. I've got one coat of paint on them here. I just use a good old Rust-Oleum, trying to bring some life back into these light fixtures we're going to use over on the Mill Street property project. And then, as we talked about earlier, I've got this washer and dryer that was given to me, and so in a minute here or so we're gonna pop the top off of this. Some screws in the back side should slide this right out, and then the control panel in there, we're going to change that. And then I've got a project that has been laying here since this spring on my workbench, and this is a silhouette, one of them silhouette things that you put on your shed or whatever. And this one's of a dog digging a hole, and I've been wanting to get it painted, so today I've got me some black paint and a good old throwaway paintbrush. So we're going to get a coat of paint on that. And this thing here, let me see if I can get a little better eye. This is one of the beams out of the old floor joist beams, or whatever you want to call it, out of that house over on Mill Street that we've been working on. And you know, you can see it's pretty eat up, but it's somewhat solid. So what I'm going to do is we're putting in a fireplace and mantle in our house that we live in, and I'm going to use this as the mantle. I'm going to cut it off about here on each side, and then use these as the posts that will stick through and hold this up. And of course it'll lay down on its edge. I'll probably put the rough edge out so you can see all of that old worn wood. So I think it's kind of cool. I think it should clean up nice. So that's a project. And then as I mentioned, in here inside, we keep this part air conditioned. So I've got all this trim from a bathroom remodel job I'm doing. So I'm going to scuff this stuff all up and put a coat of primer on it. And then, of course, after I get a coat of primer on it, then I'll get a coat of paint. So, with that being said, I think we'll get started. Nothing like a little rattle can to get everything painted up nice. a nice way to make your old light fixtures appear to be new. And these have a nice ornate design, and since that house, you know, is really old over there, I thought they might look real nice. So that's that project. We'll let those air dry, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, as I mentioned, this dryer was given to us by my wife's cousin. Well, I traded a little work for it, but kind of. But he bought a new set, and the price to have it fixed, the control board new, is $300 and some, and he didn't want to spend that kind of money, and I don't blame him. So I did a little research and found a control board on eBay, a reconditioned one that the guy was selling. Had it listed for, had 3 of them, and they were listed for, I don't know, $129 a piece or something, or make offer. So I made him an offer of $80, and he took it. So maybe I should have made an offer of $60. But anyway, I thought $80 seemed fair, and so we got that shipped. And so right now what we're going to do is we're going to take these 3 bolts off the back of this, and we're going to slide this panel off, and we're going to expose where the control panel's at. Gotta find some tools here. Looks like about 1/4 inch. Let's see, that was 9/32, so that won't fit. There we go. Now, I am by no means an appliance repair person, but I grew up in a family where everybody fixed everything, so if you can get parts for it, you can fix it. This is supposed to slide back, come right off of there. So right here's where our control panel's at. And of course I've got this unit unplugged, it's not even installed, so if you were doing this at your house, you definitely want to unplug the unit. I always, whenever I unplug an appliance that could have residual capacity, I always, after I unplug it, I'll take a screwdriver or something and short across the plugs just so there's no residual energy left in it. This out here to hopefully expose what we're looking for, and it's right there. So I'm going to plug it here. I think what I'm going to do is take the camera and take a picture of this so that we can see that the red one goes here, there's the black one, and then that's the only two that plug in separately. So, okay, that's what I wanted to know. There's our panel, and we're going to go in here, and hopefully the one that they sent me is the same. So we're going to go in here. I believe it is. Okay, so let's go over here. And see if we can get this installed. Alright. I guess the camera shut off on me. So but that's it. We got it all buttoned back up, and I'm going to put it back together. And when we get ready to install it over at the house, we'll have a nice washer and dryer. So again, dryer fix, reconditioned, control board off of eBay. So, alright, Rick here again. Okay, so now I'm going to get my silhouette painted here. Shake up my paint a little bit. And I'm just using a latex paint. It's not anything special. And I could actually use a regular paintbrush. I wouldn't have to use this throwaway brush. But no more than the throwaway brushes cost. Yeah, I don't know. It's been kind of dry the last few months over here, and I've got a cistern here at the shop, and so sometimes it's just best to not waste any water. So with that being said, I'm going to get a little paint. I want to paint these edges real good. Not worried about getting paint on my workbench. As you can tell, it's got lots of paint on it from the years. So we'll get that painted good on the edge. Little bird dog here. Now what I'm going to do before I actually go put this up on the barn is I am going to make a template of this, because this is the only one I have and I like it, and I want to be able to make a new one if I ever need to. Or if I ever get to where I ain't got anything to do, I can make a bunch of these and sell them. But I don't see that happening anytime too soon, but you never know. Tidy this up a little bit. Okay, not sure what happened there, but the camera quit again. So anyway, it's painted. Looks pretty cool. Can't wait to get it put up. So on to the next project. Okay, down to the working on this trim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some sandpaper here, 120 grit, I think, 150, and I'm just going to lightly scuff over all this edges just to get any kind of impurities off of it. And then I'm going to paint it with some Kills Original Heavy Blocker Stain. It covers up stain, and it's an oil base because this has got an oil base finish on it. So we want the oil base to adhere to this, and then our latex paint then will stick to the kills. So that's the plan. Okay, so we're going to get started here painting this primer on these. We've got a sawhorse set up over here, so we'll get one painted, we'll carry it over. I like to put on gloves so I don't get stuff all over me. Well, I'm going to get it all over me anyway, but a little less of it getting all over me. How's that? And I bought a little higher quality throwaway brush here because I don't want to get hairs in it. So once I get this primer put on there, I will throw that brush away as well. I just don't see wasting the time with turpentine, so I'm not going to. I don't know why my camera keeps cutting out, but it does. So, alright, so we're just going to put this on here. You can see it doesn't cover it real well. It's not about covering it real well. It's about getting a coating on there that the paint will stick to. That's all we're worried about at this point. I do like to follow the grain because it is wood. It's an oak, and you're going to see the wood, so even after we paint it, you're going to still see the grains. So I like to follow the pattern of the wood or the grains of the wood.
Sponsored by WITZ, W2KZ, and German American. This is our 18th year of sponsoring kids to benefit the Hadi Schmeider's Children's Hospital Local Transportation Fund.
Okay, well, we got that primer put on all of those trim pieces. So, got all of our projects done over here. I'm going to run by the Jackson Street rental property because Thaddeus is painting. So, want to make sure that he's getting along all right. And once we do that, I'm going to finish it up for the day. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to try to get in some pool time. Alright, more later. Okay, looks like Thaddeus has got the paint going on here. Get this old house painted. Run, Tallulah, run! Hi, baby.